Let me give you the ending first, and then explain how we got here. This summer, Norwegian Cruise Line was named the worst major line for overall customer satisfaction, and among cruisers our age in particular, I'm watching a steady, quiet exodus. Now that's a blunt way to open, and I don't say it to be cruel, because Norwegian has real strengths and plenty of happy guests. But I promised you honesty on this channel, and the honest word from so many seniors in 2026 is that Norwegian has worn out their patience, one small charge at a time. So let me tell you exactly what's driving people off, because it's a very specific pattern, and then the 3 lines they're booking instead. The word I hear over and over, and I'll just say it plainly, is nickel and diming. That's the feeling. And this year, Norwegian gave people a whole list of reasons to feel it. And I want to be fair before I lay it out, because fairness matters to me. Norwegian genuinely pioneered some wonderful things. The relaxed, no-fixed dining idea. Some of the most fun ships at sea. Terrific entertainment. Younger travelers and big families often love it, and rightly. So this isn't a pile-on. It's simply that the direction the line has taken in 2026, all these small new charges, happens to run directly against what most of us want out of a cruise at our age. A line can be perfectly good and still be wrong for you. That's the honest frame here. Stay with me and keep a pen handy, because I'll walk you through the specific changes and then exactly where seniors are heading and who each line suits. Take a picture of the screen at the end and you'll have all 3. And if this is our first time sailing together, I'm Margaret, your cruise companion, and I make these for those of us cruising after 60 who are tired of being surprised by our own bill. Let's get into the pattern, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Start with room service, something so many of us rely on for a quiet breakfast. In 2026, Norwegian limited each person to 2 items per delivery, while keeping the delivery fee right where it was, nearly $10 for the all-day menu, plus a 20% gratuity on top. Less food, same fee. Then there's the dining room, where they began charging $5 for each extra entree. So if you're hungry enough to want a second small main, that's an added charge at a meal you thought was included. And here's the one that really stung people this year. If you bought a beverage package, it stopped working at Norwegian's own private island as of the spring, and they'd like to sell you a separate island drink package instead. A separate package for the drinks you already bought a package for. Now stack all of that on top of the gratuity increases. On the shorter sailings, the daily charge tied to the drink package climbed to $32 a person this May. And you begin to understand the exhaustion. It isn't any single fee. It's the feeling of being reached into your wallet at every turn, of doing mental arithmetic all week, of the value you signed up for quietly shrinking, sailing after sailing. And there's a particular reason this stings older cruisers more than younger ones, which I think is worth naming. When you're on a fixed income, uncertainty about cost is its own kind of stress. It's not that we can't afford a $5 entree. It's that we budgeted for a trip carefully, the way our generation was raised to, and we don't like being nickeled past that budget by surprises we couldn't plan for. A younger traveler shrugs and taps the card. For many of us, every unplanned charge is a tiny breach of trust, a sense that the deal we thought we made keeps getting quietly rewritten. That's what wears people down, not the dollars. The feeling of not being able to trust the number you were given. For folks on a fixed income who just want to know what their vacation costs, that constant nibbling is precisely what sends them looking elsewhere. Let me walk you through how it actually feels over a week, because that's where it lands. You board thinking you've paid for your cruise. Then, breakfast in bed carries a delivery fee. A second small entree at dinner, $5. A drink at the island you thought your package covered, pay again. A specialty coffee. The good Wi-Fi. This little charge and that one, each with a gratuity stacked on top. Individually, you'd shrug at any one of them. But by day 4, you're keeping a running tally in your head, bracing a little every time you order anything. And that is the exact opposite of what a vacation is supposed to feel like. The whole point of a cruise for many of us was to pay once and stop counting. When a line makes you count all week, it has broken the very promise that made cruising special. And there's a second piece, beyond the money. Norwegian's whole concept is freestyle. No fixed dining time, no set structure, come and go as you please. For younger, spontaneous cruisers, that freedom is the appeal. But a lot of us, honestly, like a little structure. We like the same table at the same time, the same waiter who learns our names, a rhythm to the day. The freestyle model can feel to an older cruiser less like freedom and more like nobody's quite looking after you. There's a loneliness that can creep into it, honestly. When there's no set table and no set time, you can go a whole week without a waiter who knows your name, without the friendly table mates who become the unexpected joy of a traditional cruise. For a couple, that's fine, you have each other. But for a solo traveler, or for those of us who cruise partly for the gentle company of other people, freestyle can leave you eating alone among strangers night after night, and that's a quiet sadness the brochures never mention. So, where are the seniors going? To 3 lines that offer the opposite of all of this: structure, inclusion, and the sense of being genuinely looked after. The first, and it's the strongest answer to the nickel and diming, is Viking. If the whole problem with Norwegian is being charged for everything, Viking is the cure, because it's built the other way around. So much is simply included in the fare, the Wi-Fi, a shore excursion in every single port, beer and wine with your meals, the specialty restaurants, that there is almost nothing left to nibble at you. It's adults only, no children, no casino, calm and elegant and focused on the destination. You pay more at the start, yes, but you pay it once and then you stop reaching for your wallet, and for a weary Norwegian refugee, that piece is the whole point. No island drink package, no surprise entree fee, just the trip you paid for. And I want you to notice the psychological relief of that, because it's the real gift. On Viking, when you order the second glass of wine at dinner, or book the shore excursion, or open your laptop to email the grandchildren, there's no little flinch, no mental cash register ringing. It's handled. You paid at the start, and now you simply enjoy. For anyone who spent a Norwegian week doing arithmetic, that unclenching is worth a great deal, arguably more than the money itself. Yes, the upfront price is higher, and you should look at it honestly against what you'd actually spend. But for a lot of weary cruisers, paying a fair sum once to never think about money again all week is exactly the trade they've been longing to make. The second line they're choosing is celebrity. Where Norwegian is loud and à la carte, celebrity is polished and pulled together. The food is excellent and included, the ships are sleek and beautifully kept, the service has genuine grace, and the whole experience feels considered rather than transactional. It draws an active, stylish, mature crowd who want energy without chaos and quality without a constant upsell. If you're leaving Norwegian because it started to feel like a shopping mall at sea, celebrity feels like being properly looked after again, and it strikes a balance that suits a lot of us perfectly. It isn't adults only like Viking, so if you sometimes cruise with the grandchildren, it still works, but it's grown up and refined in a way Norwegian rarely feels. The difference you notice most is in the tone of the service. On the lines that nickel and dime, you start to feel like a wallet with legs, someone to be sold to at every turn. On Celebrity, the crew are there to take care of you, not to hawk at you. And after a stretch of feeling like a mark, being treated like a valued guest again is genuinely restorative. The food is included and excellent, the ships are gorgeous, and the whole experience feels like it respects your intelligence and your time. For the Norwegian refugee who still wants some style and energy, it's a wonderful fit. And the third is Holland America. For the senior who wants the exact opposite of freestyle, this is home. Holland America gives you structure and grace. Traditional dining if you want it. That same table and waiter all week. A calm and gracious ship. And the finest live music at sea. Real jazz and blues every night. It's mid-sized, it's unhurried, and it treats you like a valued adult, not a walking wallet. And I keep coming back to that live music because it captures the whole difference in one image. On a nickel and diming ship, the evening pushes you toward the places that cost money. On Holland America, you can wander from a jazz club to a blues room to a stage with a real band, night after night, all of it included, all of it lovely, none of it with a handout. You sit with a glass of wine and listen to genuinely fine musicians, surrounded by people your own age enjoying the very same thing, and nobody is trying to sell you anything. That, right there, is what so many Norwegian refugees are aching for. An evening that feels like a gift rather than a transaction. It's a small thing and it's everything. Where Norwegian can feel like it's built to extract, Holland America feels built to host. For many, that difference is everything. Think about that word, freestyle, and what it really promises, which is freedom. Come and go, no commitments, no fixed anything. It sounds appealing until you realize that for a lot of us, a little structure isn't a cage, it's a comfort. Knowing your table is waiting at 6:30 with the waiter who already knows you like your coffee decaf. Knowing tonight is the show and tomorrow is the port and there's a gentle rhythm to lean into. Holland America gives you that scaffolding for a restful week, the opposite of freestyle's shrug. And because the crowd skews to our age, you're surrounded by people who want the same calm, unhurried, gracious experience you do. After the every man for himself feel of a freestyle ship, being genuinely hosted, looked after, and known is a homecoming. So here's the picture, clean, and this is your moment to take a photo of the screen. Seniors are walking away from Norwegian over the relentless 2026 nickel and diming, the room service limits, the extra entree charge, the beverage package that quit working at their own island, the gratuity hikes, and a freestyle model that can leave you feeling unlooked after. And the 3 lines they're booking instead. Viking, for an adults-only world where nearly everything is included and the nibbling simply stops. Celebrity, for polished quality without the constant upsell. And Holland America, for the structure, grace, and human care that freestyle gave up. 3 ships that give you back the one thing Norwegians spent all year taking, the sense that your cruise is truly yours, paid for and settled. And let me leave you with one honest way to decide between the 3, because they suit different budgets and different souls. If money is no obstacle and you want the nibbling to vanish completely, Viking is the clean answer, all in, adults only, done. If you want elevated quality, but a bit more life and flexibility, and perhaps the option to bring the grandchildren now and then, Celebrity is your middle path. And if what you crave most is that warm, structured, old-fashioned hosting at a gentler price than the other 2, Holland America is the value pick of the group and the softest landing for the budget. 3 doors, 3 kinds of relief from the same weariness. The trick is simply to be honest with yourself about which relief you need most and about what your budget really allows, and then to walk through the door that fits. You know, so many of you have asked me to cut through all of this and just tell you honestly which line fits the way you want to be treated. I put that whole comparison, the real one made for us, into one place. The Insider's Playbook, along with the full planner, makes up the Senior Cruise Companion Collection. It's the written version of everything we just went through. The link is down in the description, and there's a code on your screen for those of you watching on the television. It's there if it would help, and only if you want it. But here's the heart of it. You have worked and saved for these years and these trips, and you should not have to spend your vacation doing arithmetic and bracing for the next charge. A cruise at its best is a week where the worrying is done for you. If the line you're on has turned that week into a running tab, you are allowed entirely to take your loyalty and your money somewhere that treats them with respect. Choose the ship that hosts you. You've earned that much. I'm Margaret, your cruise companion. Spend it where you're valued, and I'll see you on the next one.